Hello, beautiful community. How are you doing? Welcome to Wednesday Live. It's our weekly broadcast on the Authentic Woman You Are platform. Every Wednesday, we show up live at 12 Eastern Pacific, 12 p.m. Eastern. Not Pacific, sorry. All right, I'm landing with you today with a subject about the unpredictability of life. So I was just sitting down here now and was just meditating a little bit and really tapping into my last month and how everything was just totally opposite of what I had planned. And it drove me crazy, that's to be honest, but I'm not here to speak about me. I'm here to speak about you and what is being presented to you in your life right now that was totally unpredictable, that you hadn't planned, you hadn't thought about, but, and that's where I want to lead you to, is it actually answers a deep prayer that you've been holding for a long time. And what is that prayer? Knowing that life don't just present situations to us like this. It's always a manifestation of some kind. And the way that I love to do it is when things get presented in my life and they seem like they're unexpected or they were not planned, I dive deeper. I'm like, wait a minute, how did I manifest this? So right away, it's about taking responsibility for what we are creating in our lives, because at the end of the day, we are creators, we are creatrixes. And we have this power of diving deep. And even if we say that it's unpredictable, if we look deeper and dig in, we are going to see how we are actually creating our lives. How every seed that we plant into our field is actually going to manifest. And it's beautiful. It's really beautiful to start playing with life like this and to acknowledge that power that we all have. And why do we do all this work? It's to drop control. It's to drop the mind. It's to really be in the mystery of life and this co-creation that we have every single second with life force. And when we drop our attention in and we are sincere, we realize that we hold deep prayers. There's something that we deeply long for. There's something that we have been longing for a very long time. Since we're born, we are holding those codes inside. We are holding these desires, deep desires. This is what I refer to when I put out deep desires, is not day-to-day desires. Those are valid too, but deep desires of kind of a calling. It's like, oh my gosh, like this needs to happen. It's not even a question. This needs to happen. And if you look at your life and you ponder it, you're going to notice that over and over life was presenting opportunities of saying yes to that desire. But the deepest desires are the most challenging to say yes to, because they hold actually a lot of our power. And what we are scared of at the end of the day is of our power. So what if we say yes to those desires? And I'm referring to this because literally this is what's happening lately in my life. I'm being presented by opportunities that I've been longing for a long time. And I'm confronting them and I'm facing them. I'm like, holy shit, like, sorry to say it like this. I get scared. That's the honest truth. But if I look deeper, it's answering a prayer. So it's with a great, a lot of humility and a deep bow that I sit down, I breathe in, I let all my nervous system get activated by that recognition of desire. And I see all the mechanisms kick in. And those are the mechanisms that you probably encounter in your own bodies too. Survival mechanisms of, wanting to flight or wanting to fight, or denying, or being too scared, or procrastinating, or saying, no, I cannot handle this right now and let's postpone it for next year. But it just doesn't work like this. So the best attitude to have when you are presented in front of you with an opportunity mirroring one of your deepest calling, a deep desire, is staying open. Acknowledging it. At least that's the first step. First is actually seeing it, because most of the time they're always around us, but we don't even see them. Our filters are so big that we don't see them. Once we start seeing them and the opportunities are being presented, take a deep breath and acknowledge, oh wow, this is actually an answer to my prayer. This is actually exciting my spirit, allowing yourself to receive what it does to your body beyond the fear, realizing that this prayer, when it's answered, there's something getting excited, there's something getting ignited, activated in your cells. And this is your power starting to be unleashed. I refer to unleashing often. So this is your power being unleashed. So stay with that. Breathe in, and with the acknowledgement, the essence coming from that opportunity, meaning this outside event that appears to be outside, will start being transmitted to you. And energy is going to start being allowed inside your body, and your cells, your nervous system is going to start calming down. It's going to start grounding deeper on Mother Earth. And this is why embodiment is so important, because we want to take the information in, allow our nervous system to integrate the information, start saying yes to the information, so it starts unfolding, and then more and more yes will be able to happen, and then whatever is presented to you in front as an opportunity will be more and more yes for you, and you will reclaim a part of yourself. Like, imagine those deep desires. I don't know what are your desires. I would love to read you underneath the post. Tell me what are your deep desires. What excites your spirit? What is this deep prayer? And at least naming it is going to start the process of acknowledging and of also manifestation, because life responds. I'm not saying, I'm not talking about visualization or something that, your mind craves of, hooking on an idea and like just imagining it all the time. I'm not talking about psychic power. I'm talking about like a deep longing that when you rest inside yourself, what you do, it's there. It's like I don't have examples. I have my own examples, but like, what your desires are when you rest and you're in your intimate space and you're honest with yourself, you're sincere. You know what this is about, and maybe there's a lot of shame on top of it, or there's a guilt, or there's repression, or there's oppression, or when you were a kid, you were like, I'm not gonna open that door, never, it's impossible, this cannot happen. All of those things, like, by all means, open the door, at least for yourselves. At least let it circulate in yourselves. And as your body feels that prayer, it will start vibrating out. And life will start responding and giving you exactly what you need. Life always provides what you need. And really, it's such a beautiful game. And it's a beautiful gift to give to yourself and then to others. Because as you give to yourself first, then your body gets ignited by life force, and then it starts transmitting to others. And this is how we give back, actually. So pay attention. What activates you? What excites your spirit? Go outside, take a walk, bring that curiosity in, and look, even in music, what vibration excites you. And there's a lot of information in this, because it holds codes, and those codes are ultimately you. They're ultimately who you are as essence. When you come to neutrality, you have the capacity to transmit essence and energy. But for that, you need to accept all of what you are. So you need to accept all your desires, all your longings, all your calling. And I'm very passionate about this subject. Very, very passionate. I've always been. And now more than ever, because I am being faced with huge challenges in my life, and I see as a human how we resist sometimes. The more that we're engaged, the more the challenges are big. The bigger they are. But we are fools to say no. Let's put it like this: we are fools. So when we have a deep prayer and life provides for it, we bow. We're like, okay, give it to me. Let me receive it, and let me go through the resistances. And the resistance is the resistance of owning up more of who we are. That's what the resistance is. The resistance is actually here, as contradictory as it sounds, it's here to protect us from our own potential. And I keep on repeating this. The resistance is not true. It's a simple protection that has a tangible in the body most of the time as attention. It's a protection on who we are. It's a protection on our potential. So when we say yes to our potential, when it's a deep prayer to appear in order to give back even more, we will be facing those resistances. Resistance is not a bad thing. Resistance is the door to knock onto and say, hey, I see you, I acknowledge you, I know that you're here to protect me. Thank you for protecting me up until now, but now I'm ready to take a step back and allow you to go. I'm allowing you to melt. I'm allowing you to see what's just behind you. Let me be curious. Let me bring this love, this self-love, and own up to what has been divinely given to me as a birthright. And all of our work is about this. It's about reclaiming that potential. I know this word is kind of overused now everywhere, but potential, you can call it energy, you can call it life force, you can call it who you are, you can call it your gift. All of this, or your essence, you know, it's all of who you are. So do you want that? And that's the real question. The real question is, do you want to reclaim who you are? Not in a selfish way, but in this way of like, you're full of life, and then this full of life is going to create your life setup. It's going to have ripple effects on other people. It will allow you to appear in your voice, your wisdom, your gifts, and it can only help our planet. At the end of the day, it can only have positive impacts on our planet. Even if the mind makes you think that there can be huge consequences and fear kick in, it's totally normal. Know that behind fear there's love. There's a huge love for existing and for being divine beings, right? That's what the love is about. So again, look into your lives. When you're faced with a situation, with an opportunity, with a decision, check in. What feels strong? Does it ignite your spirit? Does it make you scared and you feel resistance, but you know deep down it's actually something presented to you as an opportunity to reclaim a part of yourself? Do you feel alive? Do you feel that it's life-giving? All of those are signs that you are on the right track, even if fear blurs the path sometimes. And this is the tricky zone. It doesn't mean that if you're scared, it's not the right decision. It means there's something to be addressed. It means that resistance is so strong that behind there's tremendous love. Take it like this and be curious. So play with that. I really came here with, you know, a lot of inspiration. Again, going through my own things. Business is taking a different stand. Team is taking a different stand. We're all reorganizing in an organic way. It's very uncomfortable to be in the unknown, but really, when we have this tool of diving in and being connected with ourselves, dropping in our attention, resting, really tapping into Mother Earth, we feel so safe. Even if it's chaotic, even if it's not as we had planned, there is some deep inner joy, intrinsic joy that rises. And I want this for all of you. I really want this for all of you. Know that it exists. That if you feel chaos in your life because everything is unpredictable, everything that gets presented to you was not predicted, it's a good sign. It's a good sign that you're actually letting go of control, that you're actually dropping out of matrices and systems that have plans for you, but you're actually tapping into life force and organic living. And it will create, trust me, it will create the setup that you need. It will bring you into situations that you need to grow and to reclaim more of yourself. But because at the end of the day, nature wants this from us. Let's put it like this. Our nature is pushing us to go back to our nature, to ourselves, because we are only giving and in service in that sense, right? Hope it makes sense for you. Please write any comment you want underneath this video. Write what is your deep prayer? What are you longing for? What excites your spirit? And let us know. Let us all be together in this, and know that the second that you name it, there's a step that's already done, acknowledging it. So what are you acknowledging? And I'll read your comments. Thank you for being part of this community, for trusting whatever's happening here. We love having you here, and know that we are also having a 2-day retreat next week. You will see the post underneath it. There, I posted it a few days ago. There's the details are there, and I'll also be posting it underneath the video. Know that it's a 2-day intensive, very accessible for whoever feels the call, for whoever wants to dive into those codes, who wants to be in this energy with us and take that next step. You don't need to make a life commitment and huge big changes. I know many of you dropped us emails of how you're not ready, how it's not the right timing, how you're scared, how it's too much to own up to. Know that your potential is just behind that fear. Even if it's one layer of fear that's being removed, know that you will be reclaiming that layer back into your life. And that's the beauty of it. It's not a destination. It's reclaiming day by day your potential. So if you feel that fear, that it's too much, know that it will take you exactly where you want to be going for your next step. Not more, not less. and you will be ignited as much as as much as you need to be ignited now. So that's happening next Monday and Tuesday, and you can find the details in the Facebook group and underneath the video. All right, so many blessings all. Love you so much, and can't wait to be co-creating this path with all of you and to reading you also. Hope this inspired you, and we love you lots. All right, cheers.